Hello, friends. I am super excited to be hopping on here today. I'm going to demo how to create a Saveopoly board. So, if saving this year is something that you have been wanting to work on, this could be a fun way for you to do it and maybe even include the whole family. So, I will be 100% honest. I've never done one of these. So, you are getting like all I've done on this so far is literally draw out like the basic like vertical and horizontal, just so that I wasn't sitting here counting on the video. But um, we're going to draw a Saveopoly board for you to play. It's basically a savings game, and you can, do it on a weekly basis. If you want it, you could change it up and do it just on a monthly, although I would recommend changing the numbers if you do that. But it's going to just make it a fun thing for you to do to save money throughout the year. So let's get started. So let me just, and if you haven't met me yet, my name is Teresa. I am the Blended Mama, and I'm an independent brand director with Tula 12, which is a lifestyle organizer company. Super excited to be sharing this board. I'm creating it in one of our dot grid extra large journals. So let me just go ahead and share that with you. So here we go. So this is my current favorite one. It's Shaggy Chic. And you can see that I use it quite a bit. So I'm just going to add this into my bullet journal. So what I've done so far is I have drawn, this one is 28. So I'm just going to write the dimensions over here. So 28 squares, and this one is 24. And then this one over here is 24 by 24. Okay. So that is like, you have to start at the top and then count 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So it's really technically 29 dots if you count the first dot, but I don't count that first dot. So I'm just going to finish out the squares, and you can see I'm doing this in pencil first. That is because I know that I am not always the best, and sometimes I make mistakes. So whenever I'm drawing something that I want to be nice, I draw it out in pencil first. I also am just not artistically inclined. I guess is the nice way to say it. I like to try to doodle, but I very much use my stencils because listen, y'all, I'm a stick figure kind of drawer. That is, and I embrace that, right? So I know that that's what I am, but that means that I use the tools available to me. Okay, so we have here, this one is, again, 28 by 24, and then this one's 24 by 24. And then I am going to actually do another one up here. And all right, this one's going to be 7 high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. And 14 across, and it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should come to here. We're just going to make that work, even if I did my math wrong. So this one up here is going to be our legend. This side is going to be our game board itself. The only other thing you'll need is a pair of dice or whatever multiplier you want to use. And then this is going to actually be like our tracker. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead over here and do everything's divided by 2 on this side. So we're just going to start drawing some lines across. I know the board's going to be the fun part, but sometimes you just want to set up the basics. Okay. So we are setting up the tracker over here. This is going to be to track 52 weeks of saving. And so you can start this whenever you want. While I am going to label it Q1, 2, 3, 4, you could, just label it, Q1 doesn't have to mean that it starts on January 1. Okay. So don't feel stuck by the labels. I want you guys to feel like you can start this at any time. And you can make it go for as long as you would like. Again, I'm going to set it up for a 1-year tracker, but you could, with weekly savings goals, but you could, do it for a variety of time frames. So, I mean, even if you wanted to do daily savings, I don't get paid daily, so that's just not realistic. In fact, I don't get paid weekly either. So it might make more sense to do something a little bit different. But anyway, it's just something to think about. All right, so then these are going to be 6 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is going to divide it into your 4 quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it looks like I did okay. All right, so from here, this is gonna be labeled Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. Okay, and I'm gonna do just some bubble letters up here. Actually, let me see if I have some lettering stencils so that it will look nicer. Give me 1 second. I should have pulled these out before. Here we go. These are my favorite letters. We don't offer these with Tula 12, the letter ones. So any of them that you see that are a little more flimsy as opposed to the nice acrylic. The acrylic ones are from Tula 12. I love them because they are just a little more sturdy. So, all right, so we're going to start with S. And I'm going to do upper and lower, or sorry, we're going to just switch over to the lowercase. So S-A-V. Watch me, y'all. I will probably misspell this because it's not a real word. S-A-V-E. O. I'm saying it out loud so that maybe I get it right the first time. Save. O-P. Oh, look, the P is right next to the O. That made that easy. O. Y'all are probably like, Teresa, don't you know your alphabet to know that P comes after O? Yes, I do. S-A-V-E-O-P-O-L. Y. Now, I would love to be able to say I could handwrite this and make it look pretty, but that's just not my handwriting. I could sometimes do bubble letters, but I'm not the best at it. All right, so I have sharpened my pencil back because after using stencils, sometimes I like mine super sharp. So I will usually have a stash. Actually, I do have a stash of pre-sharpened pencils, but anyway. All right, so this side is pretty much done. What you can do is then also, you could also just add totals down here. And once we get to actually coloring it in, I'll probably do that. All right, so on this side, we are going to go ahead and start drawing out our properties, right? So these are going to be 3 high for the corners. Okay. And then in 3 high this way. Okay. So now you have your 4 corners and you have all of the rest of your pieces. The rest of the properties are going to just be 2s. Okay. So just do 2. And I probably could save a little time if I did this. So let me just go back and do these top ones. Okay. And then all of these are also 2. And it's okay if they're not, you know, if you get off the dots a little bit. It's not a big deal, friends. Just go with it. Now, if you are a perfectionist, that's why we're doing it in pencil, and you can feel free to fix it. Or you can fix it whenever you're coming back with the pen. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Some things you can fix when you come back with your pen, because we are going to erase all the pencil marks. Okay? All right, so we're almost done with this portion. All right, so this is like this is the main piece. Like this is the bulk of what you need. Technically from here, you could just, you know, write in the numbers, okay? I am going to, on some, we're going to do some doodles. Let me see what doodles I have that might be better. I should have looked these up first. I'm sorry, guys. So, oh, look, I just found my magnetic clip. It was in my stash of stencils. I don't know why it was in my stash of stencils, but that's where it was. Okay. So we have, oh, we can use the coffee for like a self-care one. So we're going to do something a little different. Everything's not going to go into like your main savings. Some of it is going to go into a self-care bucket and a family bucket. So, let's see. Alrighty, so let's do, for the self-care, we're going to do the little coffee. So we're going to, oh, that's too big. Would the coffee bean fit? No. Well, that's not going to work. Okay. All of those stencils are too big. Let's see what else I got, friends. Hold on. I have more stencils. I just, you know, because I told you I am not the best artist here. Okay, so let's see if I got something. I thought I just broke my chair. Let's see what we got on here. Okay, so we can do a light bulb for treat the house. So that means like things that, you know, maybe it's like a movie night or I was like, I know I had a light bulb. All right, here we go. The light bulb's gonna take the whole block, so don't have to worry. It's just in there by itself. Okay. All right, so we're gonna put one there. We're gonna put one here. And you could do, you know, whatever you wanted. You could, it's like a symbol. But the point is that you are going to put 3 items on here that are treat the house. Okay. And I'm trying not to have to turn my journal. So I am instead putting my stencil upside down. So we'll see how well this works out, friends. All right. I think that was okay. And then let's see if we have a heart, maybe. Let's see what we got for self-care. Yes, we have a heart. So we'll do a heart here. That does not go to jail, friends. It does not go to jail. Okay. I'll do one here. And here, because listen, we all need that self-care. Okay. And then we're going to have somewhere we're actually going to double up and somewhere we're going to donate to charity. So we're going to do the exclamation mark here. And here. You can place these wherever you want, Okay, so keep that in mind. This is your board. You can create it to be whatever it is that you need it to be. So if you're like, I don't want to donate to charity, or I think self-care is a joke, then you can, you can do whatever you would like to do for those locations. Okay, and then the question mark is going to go here. So that's like chance, even though I know that is the jail. We'll do one there. So again, this doesn't have to actually line up to any real Monopoly board. Okay, it can be your own thing. This is really just about making saving fun. Okay, so that is the goal, and I hope you guys will have fun with it. Okay, so let's come back up here, and we are going to put our icons up in the top. Except I did it this way. So here's the light bulb. And then we had a question mark. We had the exclamation mark. And we have the cool heart. This one. I do need one more for the piggy bank. Which one do I want to use for the piggy bank? We're just going to use... We use the shopping cart, actually. But I need a new pencil. Oh, that one. Here we go. If you are also as picky about having a sharp pencil when you are doing your thing, let me know. It can't just be me. All right, so now I'm going to attempt to draw this. Do you think I can actually draw a pig? That's what was supposed to be there, per the one that I'm modeling this off of, but I don't know. Alrighty, sorry. Sharpening my pencils again, friends. Alrighty, so, I mean, I can try to do the pig. Give me 1 second. All right, so say pig. Doot, doot. There we go. There's our pig. Okay. Okay. Now we have a pig. Okay, so what we're going to do from here, we're actually going to go ahead and use our pens. Okay, and we are going to finalize all the things. Now, you might want to still use your straight edge. That's totally fine. I'm going to just let this continue to go. And we're going to hope that I can follow my first line. Oh. And if you go off, you just, make it a little bit thicker. It's totally fine. It doesn't help that this is not flat. I've got stuff behind it. So that might be a lesson learned for me, is to pull my journal out. but I have pages in there that have stuff on them that make it not flat, even within the actual journal. So it is okay, friends. While I am a oops, I forgot this line. While I am a perfectionist in a lot of ways, when it comes to putting my trackers in, I just need the tracker, friend. If it ends up not being quite perfect, I am okay with that. It's not going to kill me. So we are good to go. Now I am going to use some color here in just a little bit, which is why I wanted to go ahead and get the ink in. I wanted to get that in because my pencil doesn't erase very well after I've colored. It seems fine with pen, but not so much with marker. So we are going to do the pen work, erase the pencil, and then come back and add some color, because that's where the fun is for me. Now, if you were doing this for yourself, you could come in here and actually put like the first date of each of these weeks, or you could just number it 1 to 52 for the week numbers, and just do it as a 52 week, and it doesn't matter what the date was. So, there's a variety of different ways. I tend to not want to lock myself into dates, especially whenever I'm not starting right on January 1, because it is not January. So, all right, I am going to come in here with this one I'm going to do with a colored pen, and then we'll color it in with a marker. Or that's my plan anyway. And I'm sorry, it's so hard for me to talk while I am writing. I tend to write what I speak, and so I'm trying to be very careful, especially since I'm doing letters right now. I just get so distracted. Squirrel. But yeah, so I'm excited to add some color because, again, like for me in my planner, it's got to have some color, probably some stickers, maybe some washi tape. I'm actually going to just erase those. All right, so I'm going to come back on this side. Now remember, this table, because I'm going to erase it, was 28 by 24. So if you were writing down the instructions, it was 28 by 24. So I'm just going to come in and erase the pencil. I'm sure there's more efficient ways to do this. And listen, I saw a lady on Instagram who had a page eraser, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want one of those. But I didn't click the link to go get it. But I'm going to go back and find it because it was amazing. She just like erased and then used this little thing to vacuum it up. She wasn't having to swipe it off like I just did or anything like that. It was amazing. So if you eventually find a affiliate link for that on my website, don't be surprised because that thing was so cool. Okay, so we have this page is pretty much done. I will probably come back and find some fun washi tape to add to it, or some fun stickers, because listen, like I said, I got to make it fun. If it's not pretty to look at, I'm not going to look at it. And I want it to be pretty. So there we go. All right, so I've got this box done. I'm going to do those in color, and then I'm going to do my outline here. Again, this box is 24 by 24, and then the corners are 3 by 3. Okay, so keep that in mind whenever you are drawing yours. If you are still, sorry, I didn't mean to get my head in there. So if you are still working to draw yours out, this was 3, and then the rest of the center ones are 2, okay? So, and you can see I totally just messed up some. And then this one is another, it's 3 from the side. And then this one is also 3. So those corners end up 3 by 3, and the rest of the boxes are 3 by 2s, okay? So now we're just gonna draw our lines across. Again, if you had messed up your pencil, this is where you can fix it with your pen. Or if you're like me, you can perhaps mess up your pencil with pen, and it's gonna be okay. I don't stress about things like that, especially on this, because this is just for fun, friends. This is for fun to help make saving fun, because it is hard to make those financial decisions every week and make responsible. Listen, it just sucks to be an adult sometimes. If you are feeling that, my friend, I'm right there with you. It sometimes really just sucks to be a responsible adult. But this is a great way for you to save a little bit, save a lot. You can change your numbers to be whatever it is that you want, right? You don't have to make your numbers match what I put on here. It can be something totally different. All right, now I'm going to outline this cute little piggy in pink. I should have had my daughter draw it. She's so much more artistic than I am, but she's at work, you know, making the big bucks at the coffee shop. So she is not here to do that for me. All right, so we've got that, and a little mouth, nose. Should I put 2? Yeah, there we go. All right, so we've got the little piggy, and let's do these also in colored pens. So I'm gonna do the heart in this pretty color. And I can go ahead and color it in. And we'll draw it up here too, so that I don't forget. All right, and then we've got one here, which I was probably supposed to, you know, draw it a different direction, but whatever, it's all good. Y'all know what it is. Alrighty. And you can, you know, like I said, you can make this colorful if you want to leave it black and white. That is totally your call. This is your board. I would love for you to share what you end up creating from this. So feel free to, you know, send me an email, drop it in the comments. I love to see what other people create. So, all right, so we've got the pink, then we're going to do yellow, of course, for these light bulbs. And we'll use a little bit of gray as well. So we're going to outline it in this light gray. It's going to look kind of like a pencil. And then do like the little line. And then we're going to color just this top part in the yellow. Okay. And I will be honest, yellow is not normally my preferred color. So the fact that I'm using it is pretty big. And I totally, y'all, I put the gray top on top of the yellow. That would not be good. Alrighty, and then let's do, no, let's do, yeah, we'll do this light purple for the, oh, yeah, I forgot to, sorry guys, I forgot to label my legend here. Okay. All right, so we're going to do the question mark in this really pretty purple. And you can make all of these, you know, mean whatever you want. You could have done, instead of the exclamation mark, you could have done an actual like community chest box. I didn't have anything that looked like that. All right, and then I'm gonna do this pretty blue for the exclamation mark. Okay. The other thing I forgot to do, I forgot to write go. So let's grab our letters again. Okay. Let's see if I got room here. We're going to do this. So G, O. Okay. And we will do that in red. All right, so we've got our G and our O. Okay. Alrighty. And, oh, the shopping cart. We'll just make that black. Okay. Alrighty. I think we're ready to erase. Yes. Okay. This just kind of cleans it up a little bit to get rid of any of the lines that might look a little different. So, I suppose you don't have to do that, but like I said, that page eraser would be so handy right now. Okay, so now we are going to add in colors. Okay, so we're going to just, so this is like marking your properties, right? And I'm just using mild liners for these, at least for right now. We'll see if I have enough. I didn't actually count them out, so this is not planned. We're just popping out some colors that are similar to what it actually is on the Monopoly board. We'll see how it ends up working out. Okay. And I know there's only 2 that are in the blue down here, but that's okay. We're going to make it 3 because we can, because it's ours. Okay. So what you have left from here to do is we need to define our legend. So let's do that. So this one is the light bulb is splurge on the house. So maybe that's doing something for your family. Maybe that's actually doing something like some decorating or things like that. On this one, we are going to double up. So you're going to take whatever was on there and you're going to double it instead. On this one, you're going to donate to charity, and you can pick the charity of your choice. And then this one is treat yourself. So with that one, I would do some like self-care type things, that sort of thing. All right. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put in some numbers, but again, you could add in whatever number you want. So do whatever makes sense for you and your budget. And of course you can, so I'm just going to put, these are all in dollars, right? So we're going to do, we're going to start small. Okay. We're going to start small, but it all adds up. Okay. It all adds up. Now we'll have to turn my journal. I can't do numbers upside down, friends. So we'll have to make, finally, I'm going to move some stuff, and we are going to add in more numbers. And I didn't bring dice back here to demo. So we'll kind of just talk through how this works. Okay. So I've moved my numbers up here, right? We are getting into some bigger bucks. All right. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can figure out how to make this where you can see what I'm doing. Here we go. Okay. All right. So here is basically the board. Okay. So I am going to come back and color in my little piggy there. So the gist of it is that you're going to use your dice and you're going to roll, and you're going to, count however many spaces that you roll. Now you might need to find something to use as a marker so that you remember where you're starting from the next week. So you could use like erasable pen. You guys know I love some friction pens, so you could use those to just kind of mark your spot and then erase it and move it to wherever you land for the next week. And then mark your new spot. So you could do that. You could use a piece of washi tape just sitting on the edge. You could mark the date on the ones that you land, on the side. So there's lots of ways for you to just kind of mark it, but you're going to basically roll the dice, see where you land, and that is the amount of money that you are going to put into your savings bucket. Now, the trick is you actually have to put that money into the savings bucket somewhere, okay? So whether that is you're like pulling money out of a savings account or out of your checking and you're putting it, and I promise he's pink. So whether you are pulling it out and moving it into an account, or if you are just putting it into, moving it from one savings account to another, if you are literally pulling the money out, putting it into a physical piggy bank, so to speak, there's all sorts of ways that you can save. But the gist of this is that you are going to roll the dice, you're going to count out that many spaces, and you're going to do whatever that square says. Okay. You can make up your own rules for like the go. So you could say, oh, maybe I need to double up on that one. So you could do that where you double up whatever, that maybe you're just saving whatever number is on the dice, and or you could double it up, because I know, listen, house rule in my family was, if you land on go, you get double the reward, right, for passing go, so you get double. So you could do things like that for the amount that goes into the treat yourself or the splurge or the donate. You could use the number on the dice to put money into, maybe that goes into those specific savings goals or tithing buckets. So think about that. You can make up your own rules about how you want to actually implement the board, but this gives you the structure to do that. And I think it turned out pretty cute. So I'm gonna try to do this, friends, and we're gonna see how far we get in our savings goals this year. My husband and I are on like a big 3-year debt-free plan, and we are working hard to make it happen. And it that does mean that there are a lot of sacrifices. So this might just be a fun way to do some additional savings on top of those things for the things that we try to budget for, but don't always make it. So this might just be a better way to set the funds aside for those things. So anyway, I would love to hear what you guys do with this. So feel free to shoot me an email, Teresa@theblendedmama.com, with pictures of what you end up doing with it. I would love to see your creations. But I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a good one.